woman's coquettish voice made the man in the black robe beneath her flush crimson.
Insolent wretch! Get out!
Yet his furious roar failed to halt her in the slightest. The shredded robe, the pressing softness, drawing the man inexorably into its embrace.
Yeah. A man's words are the devil's own lies, but the body, as always, tells the unvarnished truth.
6 years later, Yelenchen had barely set 1 foot outside Yajian when a figure lunged toward him, yanking him by the collar. Before shoving him inside, he stumbled back, collapsing onto the pearwood bed nearby. Those 2 words, "help me," so achingly familiar, like a spell's incantation, made his body tense. With sudden heat, a split-second delay that left him vulnerable to her acupoint strike. As her breathtaking beauty came into focus, shame washed over them both. The next day, before dawn broke, Yerosi rose achingly from the bed. She glanced at the striking man still lost in slumber beside her.
This is utterly insane. My life's turning into one big farce. Oh no. This is bad, really bad. 6 years ago, fresh off time traveling here, I hooked up with some guy. And now 6 years later, back in the capital, the same old drama's replaying. It is him again.
Just then, the man beside her stirred, startling Yi Ruoxi into bolting straight for the window. In that split second, as she leaped out, something suddenly hit her, and she quickly rummaged through her skirt, pulling a silver note from her pouch and tossing it back.
Hey, big guy. Last night this lady gave you a test run. So, here is a tip for round 2. Catch you on the flip side, in the jungle.
She landed and vanished into the night. Yelanchen pushed himself up, glancing at the silver note, his fury igniting in an instant, a chilling aura radiating from him, his gaze locked dead on the outside.
That woman provokes me not once, but twice, and thinks she can run. This time, I'll turn the earth inside out to hunt down that little minx.
But as he started to rise, a wave of dizziness hit his head, and he collapsed back down. Only then, realizing with a jolt that the silver note was laced with a secret potion, he, the mighty god of war, renowned across the realm, had fallen into the same woman's trap for the 3rd time in the capital. Yeruaxi crept through the door on tiptoe into the quaint antique room. After closing the door, he was just about to let out a sigh of relief when the room suddenly lit up, making him whip around in surprise.
Mother, why didn't you wait till dawn to come stumbling home? It is still early now. The 5th watch hasn't even struck yet. Oh dear.
Sweetie, nights are chilly, so bundle up in your trench coat when you head out. Got it! If you catch a chill like that, it'd break Mother's heart.
Little Cherry eyed the trench coat, draped backwards on her. Mother.
Your contact lens has fallen out again. What mischief did you get into today?
This thing of mine. I just stepped out for a little stroll, and it slipped out by accident.
Huh? You sure it was just a casual stroll and not off scouting for a stepdad for me?
This mom of mine never gives anyone a moment's peace, always chasing one thrill after another. And she has got a real soft spot for the bottle, but her tolerance is laughably low. So after a few sips, the whole of Kyoto is hers for the taking. And that is hardly the worst of it. Once she is tipsy, she can't resist flirting with handsome lads. Flirting with dreamboats might be forgivable, but she has got severe nearsightedness. And every time her contacts pop out, anyone she squints at turns into a hazy heartthrob, showering them with praise after endless praise in the end. A mob of total oddballs lines up at our door, begging for shelter, leaving 5-year-old me so livid I nearly dropped dead on the spot.
Hey, Mom was just curious whether the Hall of Supreme Harmony in the palace is really that lavish, with even the pillars made of gold. So I seized the chance to sneak in and take a stroll around. And after that little jaunt, I was so thrilled that I knocked back half a cup of wine. And as I was sipping away, before I knew it, I was late getting home.
Hey, shish, don't tell us so.
My big baby, inside the Hall of Supreme Harmony, it is gilded and magnificent, so utterly spectacular. The Emperor's dragon throne, forged entirely from gold, and even the floor tiles are pure gold. If only I could chip off a piece as a keepsake.
By the end, Yeroxi looks just like a greedy little imp, gazing at all those gold-crafted wonders, her eyes sparkling like mad. as she sneaks a swallow. Taking in her mom's utterly shameless, money-hungry vibe, little Cherry nearly chokes on her own exasperation.
So, Mom.
How on earth did you get into the Hall of Supreme Harmony?
Oh dear. Looks like I can't keep this from my big baby forever. Oh, hey, might as well spill the beans. Of course. That Ripple from last night has to stay hushed.
Hey, what about Mom?
I just got a wild whim and signed up for the Imperial examinations.
Who would have thought I'd sweep the top 3 and reel in the Zhuangyuan title?
Hey.
Big baby, bet you're shocked. Totally out of left field, right? Go ahead, chase me down later. But guess what? I'm the Zhuangyuan now. Mom. You're deceiving the Emperor here. Oh, my 3 little treasures. Just relax. It is for Mom to use. It is your dad's face. Marrying your mom is his good fortune too. Hearing this,
Little Cherry and Little Wheat Pocket exchanged a glance. They silently lit 3 candles in their hearts for that unseen scapegoat dad.
But Mom, are you so sure the face you made is scapegoat Dad's? Speaking of that,
Ye Ruxi lifted her chin, drawing on her experience reading all those cute baby novels in modern times, and her stroke of luck hitting the jackpot with 3 treasures this time. Plus the fact that among the 3 little ones, the second and third not only look identical, but are so handsome they make hearts race and cheeks flush. Their looks are 9 times out of 10 just a mini version of their dad's, so these past few years, she has been using their dad's face to head out and charm all the bees and butterflies.
Anyway, my dad fathered 3 such gorgeous little treasures, so him taking the blame for me isn't asking too much, right? AW, big baby, and third baby, don't you worry. Even if it is not, it makes no difference.
Anyway, they won't track me down again. Hey,
Alright, time for you to hit the hay, bright and early tomorrow.
This mom still has to catch the top scholars parade.
No more chatter. Yeah, Ruxi crashes out on the bed in seconds. Little Cherry and Wheat Pocket staring at their mom's antics in utter disbelief, eyes to the heavens. After Yilanshan wakes up, he quickly straightens his robes and prepares to depart, only to spot a small pouch tucked in a corner by the window. He strides over with purposeful steps, scoops up the pouch, and opens it, revealing a Luying credential and a lifelike face mask, the Luying inscribed with Yilanshan. Just then, a knock echoes at the door. Yilanshan opens the door to find an eunuch bowing. 7th Prince, peace and prosperity upon you.
Antoine, right now, to the 7th Prince. This servant comes by imperial command to deliver the champion's talisman. His Majesty has also issued a verbal decree. Once the top scholars parade concludes, kindly proceed to the palace.
It has to be that woman who betted me twice. Such a brazen nerve, deceiving the sovereign outright. Do you not fear Antoine's involvement? Yes, I'll assist her, merely to draw her into the open.
Yilanshan wore a black gauze hat, dressed in a red robe, his face grim as he rode a tall steed decked with vibrant red blossoms. A long procession of guards trailing behind him, gongs and drums resounding triumphantly. The streets packed with cheering crowds on both sides.
Oh, wow. The top scholar looks so dashing. Even that profile is strikingly handsome.
Just flash a smile.
All right, you'll have everyone utterly enchanted. As the parade neared its end, suddenly, a young boy in brocade finery darted forward, planting himself right in the horse's path. Yilanshan reacted first, leaping down to scoop the child into his arms. This moment left everyone utterly stunned.
Xiao Toto, I finally found you.
That single cry of daddy froze Yilanshan on the spot, along with everyone nearby who heard it, their eyes widening in shock one by one. Eunuch Huang, most of all. At that instant, Xiao Taotao tilted up his palm-sized, porcelain-smooth little face, that refined and endearing little visage, mirroring the top scholar. Beside him almost exactly, Yilanshan snapped back from the shock of that daddy. He leaned in closer, gazing at that exquisite, achingly familiar little face.
Why does this little face look just like mine? A thought crosses his mind.
Yilanshan subconsciously reaches out to pinch the cheek. His own cheeks hurt too!
Ouch, little ancestor. Don't cry, Zhao Yanlang. You, be gentle with your hands.
Eunuch Huang's heart aches, seeing the child cry like that. Without a second thought, he scoops up the child right away.
Seventh Prince, we shouldn't linger here. Please come with me to the palace to see the emperor.
Without waiting for Yi Lanchen's agreement, he dashes off with Xiao Taotao in his arms toward the soft sedan behind them. At that speed, anyone would think he is kidnapping the kid.
Of course, we have to hurry. The seventh prince suddenly has such a big son. I have to rush him back to the palace and register him.
What Eunuch Feng didn't know was, just a second before boarding the soft sedan, the little bundle who had been tearfully wailing glances at the window on the second floor of the nearby restaurant and lifts his chin, even sticking out his tongue in a silly face. Yi Lanchen catches this moment. He instinctively mimics Xiao Taotao's goofy face. Looking in that direction, the window is wide open. The instant Yi Lanchen looks over, it slams shut.
Worthy of the god of war prince indeed. You're being awfully cautious. I wonder if brother might face any peril on this journey. Third brother. You'd better start worrying about how you're going to explain this to mother later. Father's already stolen the show with his own parade as top scholar, hasn't he? Sister, it seems I'm the actual little brother here. Third brother. Out of the whole family, you're by far the sharpest one. And mom and dad must have handed over all their wits to you. So it is not too much to ask you to spare a thought for us, right?
In the palace at this moment, little Dao Tao clings to Yi Lanchen like a little pendant, and he won't let go, no matter how gently he pries.
Daddy, little Dao Tao loves you the most. And holding you is what makes little Dao Tao feel truly safe. Holding you, little Dao Tao feels like he has got the very best daddy in all the world. Be good, little Tao Tao.
We're almost at His Majesty's palace, so we must pay our respects properly. You can't stay latched on like this.
That is right, little heir. Once we're in the emperor's palace, be sure to bow just right. All right, do it well, and who knows, the emperor might even have a reward for you.
But this is the daddy I've been dreaming of for 5 whole years. And I've finally got my wonderful daddy right here in my arms. How could I ever bear to let go? Rewards? What is the reward? Gold, perhaps? I heard mother wants the gold bricks from his shop. I don't know. Maybe we can dig one up later.
This little guy's crazy about gold.
Yi Lanchen's hands moved faster than his mind. He pulled a gold ingot straight from his bosom and stuffed it into Xiao Taotao's arms.
Just then, he spotted the gold ingot.
Xiao Taotao couldn't care less about cuddling with his handsome daddy anymore.
Thank you, Daddy. Xiao Taotao loves these shiny golden toys the best.
Tableware. Huh.
All right then, if you like it.
As Liu Kuang, whom they'd rescued, led them quickly to the door of Qingkun's shop, he spotted a young emperor in a yellow robe striding out.
Paying respects to the emperor.
In the Huangxing era, gratitude to the emperor.
Long live the emperor, long, long live the emperor. Little Dao Tao, may the emperor live 100 years. Dragons might prevail. Grand ambitions unfold. The world at peace. All affairs harmonious.
These resounding kowtows and booming auspicious phrases delighted the emperor, who beamed with joy at once upon seeing that little face, identical to his imperial brother's.
Humph, good girl. So eloquent at such a tender age. Far better than your father, that silent gourd.
Your Majesty, Daddy isn't a silent gourd. Daddy just prefers to roll up his sleeves and get things done. Daddy is the very, 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 very best daddy in the world. He is not stuffy at all. My most beloved. Daddy is so handsome. What is so bad about being a little gourd-like?
Yi Lanchen never imagined this little rascal would dare talk back to the emperor. Yet, somehow, a flicker of warmth stirred in his heart. Oh my.
Already leaping to your daddy's defense, are you? Alright. Your daddy isn't a silent gourd. Head to the treasury with Unicorn and pick any gifts that catch your eye. Then, go with Unicorn to pay respects to the Empress Dowager and the noble Consort Dowager.
Your Majesty, can I truly pick anything I want?
Pick freely. If nothing in the treasury suits you, anything in the palace. You can take, if it pleases you.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, you truly are the very, 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 very best emperor in the world.
So you heap praise on just about anyone. Everyone's the absolute best, of course.
Seeing the little one, he grinned till his eyes vanished.
Oh, Your Majesty, you're making him as thrilled as a mouse in a rice vat.
In a scenic mountain villa nestled amid hills and streams on the outskirts of Beijing.
What time is it? There's my champion street parade!
Xiao Maidu, clad in ink-black brocade robes with a look of utter helplessness, steps inside. Mother.
Last night, you got completely drunk. You insisted on dragging your 5 beauties here to the villa for a hot spring soak. My sister and I tried pulling you back, but to no avail. So we had no choice but to let you have your way.
After all that effort to claim the top scholar title, I was really looking forward to savoring the thrill of the parade. And just like that, it is all gone to waste. Sai! Drinking always leads to disaster. Sai! I'll never touch another drop.
That evening, gazing at the little scamp sprawled on the bed in his utterly speechless sleeping pose, then glancing at the golden brick clutched tightly in his arms.
How on earth did I end up raising such a wildly unruly child? Even daring to cuddle the golden bricks from the Hall of Supreme Harmony, like they're me.
Hugging a golden brick as if it is mother. I am mother's most beloved child. Oh, mother.
Aisha, it must be him. She was the only woman I've ever been intimate with. It seems this woman deliberately got close to me back then. Our 2 encounters. Or were they all deliberately set up by him? I never imagined she loved me this deeply, and even bore me a child. What on earth is this woman really after?
Lost in thought, Yilan Chen suddenly felt an unbearable headache, and Yi, standing nearby, sensed something amiss with his master.
Eyes on high alert, but the headache struck again. Go, ask Quanzher.
Yilan Chen mustered nearly all his strength to force those few words from his lips. Yi, Rushi, had been in a foul mood all day today, and in the evening, donning a homemade bikini, she dashed off to soak in the hot springs. As she lounged in the steamy waters, she recalled the grapes growing right by the neighboring hot spring pool.
There can't be anyone around at this hour.
So sneaking over for a few should be harmless, right?
In the study, Mai Dao was meticulously sorting through the day's accounts from the various family shops, when the door burst open without warning. Third brother.
Where is mother? Quick, get him back to the capital at once.
What on earth happened?
That villa next door belongs to our father. And father went and settled second brother there. They've already moved in by now. Oh no, this is trouble. Mother's off soaking in the hot springs. And with her insatiable appetite for treats, she is bound to sneak over and pilfer those grapes again.
Midway there, he unleashed his qinggong, leaping swiftly toward the hot spring pool. Hot springs. Too late. Yilan Chen is soaking in the hot spring right now. The sweat trickling from his temples eases the throbbing pain in his head a little. Suddenly, his ears twitch. He snaps his eyes open alertly. A figure comes crashing down right onto him. There is no time to dodge now. Their lips are already locked together. Yi Ruoxi snaps her eyes open. She stares at an enlarged, handsome face eerily, like her son's pulling away from her lips.
How does this man look exactly like my son?
Yilan Chen sees this familiar face. His eyes darken. He subconsciously clenches his fist. The pain snaps Yi Ruoxi back to reality. She looks down and is utterly stunned. Those large hands are actually groping. H.M.
You rogue! You pervert!
Yilan Chen then realizes he wasn't clenching his fist at all, but clutching Yi Ruoxi. He suddenly feels an inexplicable twinge of guilt, and quickly turns to flee.
This woman is head over heels for me. She must have come here on purpose to seduce me. Calling me a rogue. It is just her playing hard to get.
Climb out of the pool in a fury. Suddenly got my waist hugged tight. My smooth back pressing against those rock-hard pecs. Ah! What the hell are you doing?
You let me go, you big pervert!
Hey?
Woman, you tease me and think you can just bolt. You think I'd allow that?
When did I ever tease you? Don't spout nonsense!
The original owner, with her severe nearsightedness, couldn't even make out people's faces. If it weren't for this Peking University top student knowing how to craft glasses, she'd still be totally blind to this day. So right now, she couldn't be sure if the man in front of her was the child's father. Hearing that, Yilan Chen turned her face toward him, locking eyes.
What do you think you're doing?
Let me tell you something! I'm terrible at holding back, and I
brave people like you. That face of yours is breathtakingly gorgeous. Oh man, I just can't hold back anymore. I've got to devour you for 3 days and 3 nights.
Xiao Mai, who had just reached the rockery and was about to leap up, froze at those words, thunderstruck, her steps halting abruptly.
What the heck are you even saying? Some earth-shattering thunderstorm?
Ding Yelanchen struck speechless by her own words.
Hey, these ancient women are all so reserved. And the man before her seems utterly composed at first glance. When he hears such flirtatious words from me, he'll surely be repulsed and push me away.
Just as Roxy was still smugly thinking she had the upper hand, Yi Lanchen's beastly side was ignited by her triumphant smile. He pulled her into a tight embrace without hesitation.
Is that so? Then let's see just how feisty you can be. 3 days and 3 nights might not even be enough. What about 6 days and 6 nights?
Yan Roxy's smile froze in an instant, yet the man's primal instincts had already been unleashed, leaving her no chance to argue back. She had planned to fire the silver needle from her ring, but it was as if he knew exactly what she intended. In the steamy hot springs, the steamy scenes unfolded, enough to make anyone's cheeks flush and heart race. Little Wheat Pocket had long since dragged the flustered little cherry back to their quarters.
Oh dear, Mother's totally lost control now. If we don't bolt, we'll get caught for sure.
In this unprecedented game of seduction, Yeruxi cried out for what felt like an eternity. Over 3 full days, her voice grew hoarse, leaving her speechless.
It has been 6 days. Are you satisfied yet?
If this were any other day, spotting a hunk like you, Yeruxi would have been drooling over him. But after being worn out for 3 days and 3 nights, and now laid up for another 3, she still feels like her whole body's been run over by a truck.
What handsome guy!
Just get the hell out of here!
I swear, I'll never drool over a hot guy again. A fallout's just too damn intense.
Not saying a word. That means you're not satisfied. Guess I'll have to step up my game at home.
As that hand reaches out, Yeruxi suddenly flips over like a carp, propping herself up.
Satisfied? Totally satisfied.
This little lady couldn't be more pleased.
These 6 days, aside from bathroom breaks, showers, and grabbing some food, Yeruxi took care of everything right from the bed. If he dares show even a hint of dissatisfaction, after being pinned down for a few more days, she figures she'd really go insane.
I've got your clothes all laid out for you. Want me to help you into them?
As he says this, Yi Lanchen fixes her with a smoldering gaze. These 6 days, he'd finally gotten full revenge for 5 years of bottled-up frustration. He'd always seen himself as a paragon of purity and restraint, though he'd sampled the forbidden thrill of breaking his fast 5 years back and just a day before yesterday. Both times, he'd been utterly passive. A profound humiliation for a self-styled undefeated general like him. And over these 6 days, he'd finally savored the true ecstasy of breaking his fast, leaving him utterly addicted and unable to pull away. Catching Yi Lanchen's piercing gaze, Yeruxi shivered instinctively. No need for that.
Get out! I'll handle it myself.
This time, Yi Lanchen didn't push his luck. After all, the man had his honor to uphold, having sworn to keep him pinned to the bed for 6 full days. He'd see it through without fail. Stepping out the door, Yeruxi felt her legs wobbling like jelly.
I'm wiped out!
That smug bastard hypocrite!
Missy, dinner's all set and waiting. Shall we head over now?
Sure, let's go. Is 7th Master around? That jerk better make him wait on me, hand and foot at dinner!
7th Master's just stepped out on an errand.
Says he'll be back later!
Servitude scheme. Total bust. After dinner, Yeruxi decided to leave the estate, but just as she reached the gate, the hidden physician blocked her path.
Missy, the 7th Master has instructed that you cannot leave the estate. Wow.
That bastard actually dares to detain me. Fine. Very well. Then I'll make sure he regrets keeping me here.
Just as she turned to head back inside,
Who is that woman? Why is she at my cousin's estate?
that woman just now called out to that bastard cousin of mine. So, this must be that bastard's cousin. Noticing the young cousin's glare fixed on her, she probably sees me as her love rival, your ladyship.
This is the 7th Master's honored guest. The 7th Master is away from the estate for now.
Honored guest. What honored guest? My cousin just returned from the capital. What kind of honored guest that he'd hide from me and not even mention?
After all, this is someone even she can't afford to offend. Yeruxi always itching for a confrontation. naturally wouldn't pass up such a golden opportunity.
Oh, so you're the little cousin. Your cousin rolled straight out of my bed this morning to handle his affairs. I wonder what business you have with your cousin. How about this? When he returns tonight, your sister-in-law can pass along the message.
How presumptuous! My cousin is still in the capital. Where do you get off calling yourself his wife? You vixen! How dare you spew such lies? Guards! Slap him out!
Princess Fuyun snuck in here, bringing only a single maid with her. And that maid, following orders, was just about to step forward and strike when Little Green darted in with a flash, landing a resounding slap that sent her flying.
How dare you! The 7th Master's honored guest.
A mere servant girl dares lay hands on Yuroxi. Her hand raised halfway in the air froze abruptly.
This maidservant has some skills. She looks so delicate and frail. Who would have thought she was a trained fighter?
You seductive vixen! How dare you let your maid strike my servant? You're courting death!
Little Green dared strike the maid, but not the princess, so she instinctively shielded Yuroxi behind her, and the princess's slap swelled half of Little Green's face, yet Little Green didn't even furrow her brow, standing firm and unmoving in front of Yuroxi.
You wretched wench! Step aside for me, or I'll strip you bare with my own hands and toss you into the beggar's den!
Princess Fuyun raised her hand for another slap, only for Yuroxi to seize her wrist.
Immortal! Release me!
Yuroxi paid no heed to her pleas, bracing herself and wrenching the other's wrist clean in two. Xiao LV and An Yi were utterly dumbfounded.
This is the county princess. Monsieur.
What is wrong? However, before either of them could even react, Yuroxi shoved Princess Liu Yun right into An Yi's arms, then bolted out the door on her heels.
Let me tell you! Strike fast! Leave no loose ends!
By the time An Yi and Xiao LV came to their senses, she had already vanished into the night. A shocking night at the mansion. Yuroxi quietly scaled the wall, slipping into her own courtyard. But the moment she pushed open the door, she came face to face with her stepmother, Madame Sun, clad in elegant silk robes, and her father, Imperial Tutor Yi, perched sternly on his chair.
You finally decided to show up.
Spotting both of them there as she returned.
Yuroxi dropped all pretense. She plopped down on a nearby stool. Old man Ye, what is this all about?
What on earth is this behavior? Just look at you. Not even sitting properly. After all these years your mother spent drilling etiquette into you. You haven't remembered a single lesson. Husband.
Now, don't get so upset. You might do yourself harm. Rosie, my dear, that is just her bold, unyielding spirit. No matter how much you fume, it won't change who she is. For the moment, let's address the matter at hand first.
In a month's time, it will be your wedding day with General Yang's legitimate son. You'd better stay put in the residence this month. If you dare run off again, I'll break your legs.
Hasn't General Yang's entire line been killed in battle? So where does this legitimate son come from?
This legitimate son is the one old Madame Yang adopted. From now on, the whole Yang family will pass to him. Once you're married in, you'll be the mistress of the household, calling the shots. Your father is doing this all for your own good, with nothing but your best interests at heart. So be a good girl, and do as you're told this time. Don't go angering your father again.
Wait, the legitimate son, you mean? That one who looks just like a pig's head. That fat slob covered in pus-filled boils.
Little Seven, that was just when he was a boy. Who knows? Maybe he has grown into something better now. He might have even filled out nicely. Besides, you can't say no anyway. This is the match your grandfather personally arranged for you. Old Madame Yang even petitioned the emperor for an imperial decree, so you can wed on an auspicious day.
Finally, this wretched girl is getting shipped off. Once she is gone, this house will be mine to run. When she does get married, we must buy plenty of firecrackers to celebrate.
Behave yourself and prepare for the wedding. If you dare stir up any trouble, you'll regret it.
A joyful union. That is utterly impossible. I absolutely refuse to go along with it.
However, just as I was about to step out today, I learned the Yang family had arrived with betrothal gifts. Father summoned me to the flower hall, hearing they'd come to propose the betrothal. Yuroxi suddenly thought of something, or else her lips curled in a mocking smile. For this is an imperial decree from the emperor. If I truly defied the decree, Father Yi may rank 10th in the palace exams, but even he couldn't withstand the consequences. So the wisest course is to make him back off of his own accord. Upon reaching the flower hall, I spotted Madame Sun beside a dignified and elegant old lady.
I paid my respects to Mother and the old madam.
So this is Roxy. Do you still remember your grandmother? Grandmother held you right after you were born.
As a newborn, I could barely make out faces. How on earth could I have recognized her?
Of course, my dear Roxy remembers. As for grandmother, you used to sneak over to our house to play when you were little, coming home all thrilled. You couldn't sleep for days.
Oh dear, that was a nightmare that haunted me for days. All right. Oh,
such a thing.
Indeed. So you see, these two children have been childhood sweethearts since they were young.
Old madam, as for this marriage, it can certainly proceed. But there is something on my end, a rather delicate circumstance, that if I reveal it, you as the esteemed elder might accept. Then this humble girl shall wed into the family and become your granddaughter-in-law. But if you cannot agree, then shall we part on good terms?
Roxy, my dear girl.
What you mean, madam, is that in truth I have already borne a child with another man, and the child is already 5 years old. Oh.
Yeah, Roxy, what utter nonsense are you spouting? Mother.
I am not speaking nonsense. I truly gave birth to a child.
Back when I left the capital, it was to secretly give birth to the child.
Marrying young Master Young, I naturally consent to it.
But Mother, you must promise to allow me to bring the child along when I marry in, for I risked my very life to bring this child into the world.
It struck like a thunderbolt from the blue, and she felt herself on the verge of fainting.
This wretched girl has secretly borne a child these past few years.
Roxy had already secretly palmed a specially prepared heart-saving pill from her person. In case the old madam fainted from rage, she would administer it to her at once. Yet in the next instant, the old madam's words made her freeze in place.
Oh, that is just wonderful. Getting married and already having kids on hand. What a blessing for our young family. Little Roxy. So, Ma, thank you for letting me lay eyes on my great-grandson in my lifetime. If it is possible, could I just take a quick peek at the little one now?
This old lady might not be all there in the head, is she?
But before she could even reply, the old lady suddenly remembered something.
Oh, look at Grandma's scatterbrain. I haven't even had your welcome gift carried in yet.
Time to bring in that welcome gift.
And so, Sun Shi and Roxy watched as 10 guards hauled in chests that filled the entire floor.
A solid 20 of them!
Now open the chests. Let my little Roxy have a look.
At the old lady's command, the 10 guards got to work together. The moment the chests were flung open,
Gold ingots everywhere! The so-called divine incense was pure gold!
Oh my goodness! Who on earth gives a welcome gift? Like 20 chests of gold.
Oh, old madam, this is all my welcome gift. Right here.
Yes. Does Roxy like it, my dear? If she doesn't like it, I can exchange it for other jewelry pieces. If you feel this isn't enough, then I'll have someone bring over another 20 boxes. We have another 20 boxes at home, prepared for your tea offering ceremony. I can bring them here first if you wish, and I'll prepare more for the tea offering when the time comes. My goodness.
This is like building a golden house. What family's lavish betrothal gift is this? The tea offering comes with dozens of boxes of gold.
Oh, madam, no need to go to such lengths. These are more than sufficient already. Well, for my girl Roxy to be cherished by you like this, it is truly her good fortune. But this girl already has a child. Regarding this matter, we truly feel guilty toward you all. You truly don't mind. Though it is our Roxy who is at fault. But if you have reservations about this marriage, we can jointly petition the emperor to annul it. That way, it is better for both families.
Though I don't see eye to eye with Roxy, but she is, after all, Father Yi's principal wife, Roxy's nominal mother.
This matter is no small affair. I can't let immediate gains dazzle me into pushing little Jing into the fire pit, as planned. This wretched girl, I raised her from the cradle, diapers and all, though she's always been under my strict hand. But there are feelings there after all.
Mrs. Bian, I swear upon the generational honor of the Yang family, regarding young Ruoxi bringing her child into the Yang family through this marriage, I truly do not mind it at all.
And in fact, I am overjoyed. So why wear such a heavy frown?
Since you yourself do not object, madam, then allow me to speak plainly and set the terms up front. For after all, this union is one of mutual consent. Ruoxi has been cherished and raised by our master from infancy, held close to his heart. But should she ever face grievance in your household, the Yi family would never stand idly by while she suffers such torment right under our watchful eyes. And if that fateful day should ever arrive, I humbly beseech you, madam, to grant your consent, that she may part in peace and harmony, for the Yi family shall forever remain Ruoxi's safe harbor. And one final point for Ruoxi, divorce by mutual consent is the sole recourse.
Ruoxi, her eyes sparkling with longing at the sight of the gleaming gold, upon hearing these closing words from Sun, was profoundly moved. And Madame Yang was equally stunned by Sun's declaration, for it was not the terms of divorce or amicable separation that shook her, but those 3 simple words, safe harbor. And yet Sun is but a stepmother, possessing such remarkable magnanimity, willing to stand as the unyielding pillar of support behind Yi Ruoxi, her steadfast backing.
Mrs. Yi, rest assured, the strictest rule in our Yang family, precepts forbids taking any concubines. Not even a bed warmer servant is permitted for the young men of our Yang family. Though our Yang family is down to just this one legitimate grandson, he must still strictly abide by the family precepts. And once Ruoxi steps through our doors, I'll hand over the household authority to her right away. Should my legitimate grandson ever wrong Ruoxi in the slightest, you can simply divorce him outright and send him away penniless. But as for this old lady, could you at least not chase me off to rusticate on some distant estate of mine? A simple bite to eat would suffice. This granny has no other demands.
Oh, grandmother! What on earth are you saying? This is that you trust Ruoxi so completely. Ruoxi will surely devote herself to serving you with utmost filial piety from here on. What can one do? You've already given far too much.
And old Madame Yang, upon hearing she'll soon have a great-grandchild, is overjoyed beyond measure. Then that grandson of hers must be quite the disappointment. Or else, who'd go out of their way to adopt one for nothing? The more Ruoxi thought about it, the more she felt she knew the truth. So this deal is worth it. From the shadows, seeing Ruoxi looking so worthless, little Cherry nearly fainted from anger. HM.
Third brother, don't you think Mother's lost her mind? Actually, I think Mother's made a smart move this time. Marry in and inherit the family fortune. Such a sweet deal. Anyone who'd pass it up is a fool. Sigh. But what if it is a wolf's den? Well, sis, if it is a wolf's den, do you think Mother's the one scheming to snag a wolf, or the one who ends up getting devoured? Third brother, that is why you're the clever one. You see right through it. You keep watch here. I'm off to investigate that Yang family heir.
With that, she vanished across the rooftops in a flash. The moment little Cherry appeared in the alley behind the Yang mansion, she caught the eye of 2 human traffickers. A plainly dressed middle-aged woman emerged from the shadows. Suddenly, stumbling as her foot twisted, she tumbled to the ground, the fruits from her basket spilling everywhere. The woman figured little Cherry would rush over to help, picking up the scattered fruits. But little Cherry didn't even glance her way, striding right past without a second thought.
Hey, little girl, could you help me pick up those fruits? I've sprained my ankle.
Auntie, my mom always says grown-ups wouldn't ask a kid for help. But if they do, then that grown-up must be up to no good. So, are you a bad person? Oh.
This little girl sure isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Yet she just straight up asks if someone's a bad guy.
Little girl, Auntie here. I'm no bad guy. Auntie's known far and wide as the kindest soul in these parts. So how about you give me a hand? Forget the fruits for now. Auntie.
Auntie, are you trying to scam me?
The middle-aged woman, penniless herself, couldn't afford to pay up. Her mouth twitched uncontrollably.
How could you think that? Auntie's a good person. Why would I ever scam you? My foot's just too sore to walk on. I just need you to help me up.
No can do, Mom said. When you're out and about, don't just help up any old lady who is fallen. I'll go call the neighborhood patrol instead.
With that, she turned and headed out of the alley to fetch help. The terrified middle-aged woman scrambled to her feet and bolted. No trace of her earlier limp. But just as the middle-aged woman reached the corner, her foot suddenly gave way beneath her. She tumbled headlong to the ground. At this moment, Little Cherry had reached the alley's entrance, just in time to spot the Yulin guards on patrol. She dashed toward them.
Traffickers under Master Guan were trying to grab me there. So I yelled that Master Guan had arrived, and they bolted in fright.
You lot, head inside and check it out right away.
Kidnapping children in broad daylight, right under the Emperor's watchful eye. That is a gross failure on the Imperial Guard's part. This capital is crawling with dignitaries and nobles. No matter whose kid goes missing, the Yulin guards will catch hell for it. Little Miss.
Whose household are you from? How did you end up out here all alone?
But before Little Cherry could respond, Little Tao Tao. Little Cherry looked up and locked eyes with Yi Lanchen's strikingly handsome face, reminiscent of Pan An.
It is over. I'm about to blow my cover right in front of my real dad.
Top Scholar Yi, this is your child.
Yes, thank you for your trouble.
Yi Lanchen offered his thanks. Then he scooped up Little Cherry and departed. They returned all the way to the Yang mansion. Little Cherry stayed silent the whole time.
But isn't it uncomfortable dressed like that? Auntie, coming over in official robes. No need.
I'm okay. Luckily, Mom taught me how to alter my voice just right. Otherwise, my disguise would have been busted by now.
Why'd you suddenly bolt like that? And even switch into girl's clothes?
Father, I dressed up as a woman on purpose, just to see if you'd recognize me, but I never imagined you'd actually spot me right away. You're truly my absolute favorite dad in the whole world.
Hearing those familiar 3 words, Ye Lanchen fondly let out a sigh of relief.
Let's head to Huani Mountain first. And once great-grandma gets back, we'll have dinner.
Great-grandma! If I'm not mistaken here, this is the Yang mansion.
Dad, my great-grandma is old Madam Yang.
In fact, she's yours too.
You're the legitimate son of General Yang's household.
Ye Lanchen said nothing, just had An Yi carry him off to change clothes. At that moment, as old Madam Yang laid eyes on the mansion, she immediately called out for Chang'er. Chang'er.
Grandma.
Take it easy. Old Madam Yang went inside first and took a sip of water, then poured out everything that had happened at the Yi residence to Yi Lanchen. Upon hearing that his grandmother had actually agreed to let him leave penniless, he felt a sharp pang in his heart.
Grandma, aren't I your real grandson?
Yakang, Grandma's just doing this to put our granddaughter-in-law's mind at ease for the marriage. So rest assured, with this handsome face of yours, our granddaughter-in-law will dote on you so much. You'll barely keep up. How could we ever let you leave with nothing? Just to keep this face in top shape. And she won't ever tire of gazing at you.
An Yi leads Little Cherry into a courtyard. He stands guard at the door and says respectfully, Little Lion.
This is your room. The clothes are all prepared. Shall I help you change into them?
Or would you rather do it yourself?
With that, he steps inside and shuts the door behind him.
Luckily, my face looks so much like second brother's. Otherwise, if father ever finds out I exist, what on earth would I do? Who would have thought? Father wasn't just the 7th prince, but also the legitimate son of the Yang mansion. Back when all the young men had fallen in battle, the Qian emperor quietly brought father into General Yang's family line. And this whole business, it is a palace secret, one that hasn't leaked a whisper. Now, it all clicks into place. Why old Madam Yang let Mother Mary in with us kids in tow? Turns out she knew full well we were all father's children. So looking at it this way, mother's the only one still completely in the dark. Should I tell mother about all this? Or maybe hold off for now. Wouldn't it be way more fun if she uncovers the surprise on her own? Watching mother trip over it herself. That is gotta be the highlight.
Soon, Xiao Tao Tao, disguised by Xiao Cherry, stepped out from the room. Wang Yi caught sight of Xiao Tao Tao's face. and for a moment, he was slightly taken aback.
How come the young heir appears even more refined?
But he quickly pieced it together. After all, it had been days since he'd seen the child, and kids grow so fast, it is no surprise. He escorted Xiao Cherry to the main hall. No sooner had they arrived in the main hall than Xiao Cherry spotted old Madame Yang, who had come to deliver the betrothal gifts that day. Upon catching sight of Xiao Cherry's delicately powdered, jade-like little face, old Madame Yang's eyes lit up at once, and she hurried over to him with surprising sprightliness.
This is my dear great-grandson, Xiao Tao Tao.
Pay your respects to great-grandmother. Wishing great-grandmother health as sturdy as pine and cypress, and a lifespan without bounds.
So handsome, so obedient, so eloquent. What a great grandson! Who wouldn't adore him?
Xiao Tao Tao, great-grandmother. I've heard you have a fondness for gold bricks. So do you like these 2 chests I'm giving you?
Though mother isn't short of money, but who would ever complain about having too much?
At this point, he no longer needs to imitate little Tao Tao, and his reply comes straight from the heart.
Thank you, great-grandmother. I like it very, very much. Next time, hit me with gold again. I'd be delighted.
Oh, all right. Next time, great-grandma will have a golden chair made just for you.
After spending the whole day with great-grandma, little Cherry had planned to sneak away that night. But old Lady Yang insisted on keeping her close.
She wants to give you a bath. You can't make a fuss about propriety with great-grandma at her age.
Right now, it is just the 2 of you in the room, old Lady Yang.
You're not a boy, after all. No need to be shy around great-grandma.
Hearing this, little Cherry nearly popped her eyes out in shock. Has great-grandma figured out that I'm not a boy?
Great-grandma has personally raised so many grandchildren and great-grandchildren herself. So how could she possibly fail to tell if you're a boy or a girl?
That means little Tao Tao is your little brother, and you're the big sister, right?
Wow, I'm impressed. As expected from a true female warrior. You saw right through my disguise in an instant.
Great-grandma, you're incredible. Does that mean I've been disguised as a boy ever since I first met father?
I'm quite curious too. Why did great-grandma so confidently decide I was her granddaughter?
You're quite the sly one, fishing for details like that. Girl, the moment little Tao Tao met your father, she latched onto him that very first night, insisting on giving him a bath, and she even begged him to sleep beside her. If she were truly a boy, wouldn't your father have noticed right away?
That kind of behavior is just so girly. No wonder great-grandma spotted it so quickly. Anyone who has raised kids can spot it in a heartbeat. I'm a girl after all.
Rest easy, this secret stays with me. Great-grandma respects your choices, and I won't breathe a word to your father. Plus, when the moment's right, great-grandma can even help cover for you a bit.
Right now, great-grandma feels just like the big bad wolf in disguise, leaving little Cherry feeling both exasperated and amused. At the same time, she is relieved that great-grandma's heart is truly kind, and she can tell that great-grandma genuinely adores her. Besides, this works out perfectly. Once mother marries in, she and her little brother will surely need to find a way into the household. Now that great-grandma's in on it, getting settled in the mansion will be a whole lot smoother. In the suburban villa outside the capital, Yilanjun clutched his head desperately, writhing in agony on the bed, as if 1,000 ants were gnawing at his skull, making life unbearable. Anten hurriedly fed him the pain-relieving medicine.
7th Master, take it quickly.
Yet, after swallowing the medicine, the torment showed no sign of easing.
Imperial Physician Li, please think of something quickly. If this goes on, how can the 7th Master endure it?
For the 7th Prince's affliction, I truly have no remedy. And if we increase the dosage of the painkillers over time, it would only hasten the 7th Prince's collapse.
Must we simply watch helplessly as the 7th Master is driven mad by this torment? Alas!
At present, our only hope lies in locating the world's foremost divine healer, Master Ghost Hand, with no other recourse.
I shall go at once to post a bounty of 10,000 taels of gold and seek more aid.
You stay here and watch over him, in case the 7th Master takes a turn.
A figure in black vaulted onto the rooftop, removing a tile to peer inside. Initially wearing a faint smile, but upon beholding the man on the bed pounding his head in anguish, his brows furrowed instantly. At that moment, Imperial Physician Li, at his wit's end, gripped his silver needle, poised to pierce Ye Lanchen's acupoint, when abruptly, another silver needle flew through the air, knocking his own aside.
Who is this? For there appeared a lone figure.
The man in black dropped from above like a shadow.
That needle you just thrust in, and he'll start bleeding from his meridians right away. This commoner would be done for in an instant. 4 hours later.
The man in black carried Ye Lanchen to the hot spring pool and vanished into the room like shadows in the night. Imperial Physician Lai was a man of vast experience, and that elusive savior's uncanny skills. If he truly intended to harm the 7th prince, he wouldn't bother with idle talk. Thus, he stayed remarkably composed in that moment. Recalling the silver needle from moments before, he hurried to retrieve it, and soon spotted it atop the pear blossom tomb.
It bore the distinctive mark of the golden needle, Divine Doctor Ghost Hand. The 7th prince is saved.
In the hot spring pool, the man in black immersed him fully, while Ye Lanchen remained conscious.
Who are you? The one saving your life. If you want to live, do exactly as I say.
The voice, both familiar and alien, left Ye Lanchen momentarily stunned, but the agony racking his body left no room for reflection. First, the figure fed him a pill, then placed both hands on his back, pressing firmly on key acupoints, followed by the precise needlework. Time blurred into oblivion, as Ye Lanchen's scorching fever gradually gave way to an icy chill, the pounding pain in his head easing steadily until he was fully healed.
Wait for me here tomorrow at the hour of the ox. You shall forfeit 100,000 taels of gold as compensation. Prepare 200,000 taels by tomorrow.
With those words spoken, the figure vanished into the darkness. He had not even raised his head to catch a clear glimpse of the benefactor's face when the benefactor had already departed. Yet he had heard every word the benefactor uttered with perfect clarity. Thus, when An Yi arrived, he promptly instructed him to prepare the gold. Over at the neighboring manor, the black-clad figure leaped back into the room, shed the dark attire, and slipped into a light blue short skirt before making her way to the study. In the study, Maidu had just finished tidying the account books when he spotted his mother entering.
Third treasure. How did it get so late again? Staying up too late like this, and you young ones won't grow tall at all.
Mother, you pay no mind to your own estates, dumping the whole load on me alone. And isn't this late night exactly because of what you made me handle? I'm nothing but your tool person, hauling off to wherever you point me next. Every time you whimsically decide to open a new shop, only to turn into a complete hands-off boss right after.
AW third treasure. It is all Mother's fault. Well then, Mother, how about someday soon I go scout out some capable stewards to take over so you can truly step back from it all in the future.
Maido did not believe a single word from his mother, yet there was nothing for it. For who could resist spoiling their own mother? One simply had to indulge her, after all.
By the way, Samba, Mother has a question for you. Who did you sell the puppet incense that Mother made to?
Little Mai never imagined Mother would suddenly bring this up, hey?
1 stick of puppet incense was sold to the current Prime Minister. 1 was given to Godfather.
But what does Godfather need it for?
Mother, you were the one who handed it over yourself, so how could you not know?
Only then did Roxy recall that he had just tossed it out at the time. Louis Xuan had immediately asked for one, out of complete trust in him, so she hadn't pressed for details back then.
That is not right. Mother, Godfather's letter says he'll arrive in the capital in 3 days and wants you to prepare a proper welcome.
Really? Then Mother must prepare the welcome ceremony with utmost care.
Ye Lanchen donned a set of black brocade robes, regaining the elegant poise befitting a refined young lord. There he stood, lost in thought. An Yi escorted Imperial Physician Li inside after taking the 7th prince's pulse.
Imperial Physician Lai said with a bow, "Congratulations, Your Highness. Your internal pulse has indeed improved. It truly lives up to the reputation of the Divine Doctor Ghost Hand. With his intervention, Your Highness is sure to make a full recovery. Physician Li."
Are you certain that is really the Divine Doctor Ghost Hand?
Is it really true? We'll find out in a few days.
Li Tiyi, tell me everything you've learned about the Miracle Doctor Ghost Hand.
The Miracle Doctor Ghost Hand was the first female physician in history to earn renown across the realm, and she first gained fame through her treatments for eye ailments.
She created a special medicinal pellet that could be inserted into the eye, and it was truly miraculous, restoring clear vision the moment it was placed inside. However, it had to be removed before sleep and reinserted upon waking. Oh, right. Last year, the emperor himself paid a fortune to the miracle doctor Ghost Hand for that medicine to treat the Empress Dowager. The miracle doctor Ghost Hand excels not only in treating eye diseases, but she can also reattach severed limbs, and once healed, they function as good as new. She cures countless intractable ailments as well, for there is no illness the miracle Dr. Ghost Hand cannot heal. However, her consultation fees are quite steep, and they rise even higher for wealthier patients. The richer the client, the more she charges. Oh, and she only accepts payment in pure gold. Anything less, and she won't lift a finger.
A female doctor who loves gold. What a convenient coincidence.
Yeruxi arrives as promised, and from atop the rockery, she spots him, Yilan Chen, bare-chested and soaking in the hot spring pool, bathed in the steam's misty veil. Yilan Chen's chiseled chest gleams with irresistible allure. At that moment, Yeruxi admitted he was utterly tempted, getting to spend a few days with a fox like this.
I guess I didn't exactly come out on the short end.
Yeruxi curled his lips into a sly smirk. Looks like it is time to settle the score for the past few days. He flicked a golden needle his way. Yilan Chen snapped his eyes open sharply. Those deep, mesmerizing eyes of his hand, darting out with nimble precision, snatching the incoming golden needle mid-air.
The divine healer's timing is spot on.
Those reflexes are impressive. Slipping on the blindfold and reclining on the mat.
He caught the blindfold. Yeruxi extended toward him. Without a second thought, Yilan Chen put it on, then rose from the steaming hot spring, settling onto the mat. Yeruxi sauntered over, his eyes landing on those chiseled pecs. A spark lighting up in his gaze. This
jerk's got one hell of a build, with this hunk laid out right in front of me. Giving him a quick feel shouldn't be too much, right?
But his hands beat his brain to the punch, diving straight in.
Before inserting the needle, the meridians must be cleared.
So, under the noble pretext of therapy, he indulged in the exquisite texture. If Yilan Chen weren't blindfolded, he'd catch this guy eyeing him like a total wolf in heat. Staring intently, Yilan Chen felt utterly baffled by the touches. But soon enough, he had no bandwidth left to dwell on it. Yeruxi inserts the needle. His head suddenly throbs with excruciating pain.
Hey, relax. It hurts at first, but it'll feel better soon.
Sure enough, Yilan Chen's pain soon eased, and after the ache faded, he felt an unprecedented lightness throughout his body, and right then, he clearly sensed a stirring in his body. At that moment, Yilan Chen felt a hand slowly tracing down his chest. In an instant, a strange sensation surged through his body, startling him into instinctively trying to sit up, only to realize he couldn't move a muscle.
Hit that cue point again. What are you planning? I can't move my back now.
The needle was just removed. That is how it works. Don't worry, it'll pass quickly.
With that, Yeruxi's hand grew even bolder. Tit for tat, that is her guiding principle in life.
Those 6 days aren't something I'll let slide easily. Tonight you'll learn the price of daring to imprison me.
In just a split second, a massive bulge sprang up. Yeruxi's hand froze abruptly. As expected, a beast ruled by its lower urges got aroused that fast.
Well, Mr. Yi, your so-called law isn't holding up at all. How can you just nod at a stranger like that?
Isn't that you trying to seduce me?
So you get seduced that easily? Doesn't that mean your house is full of concubines?
If this bastard really is that kind of person, then I won't mind wasting you.
The thought of possibly sharing this bastard with a bunch of other women made his grip tighten uncontrollably.
This young master has only ever had one woman.
And that one is me.
Very good.
Not shared with anyone else.
Not bad. As for this divine doctor, I won't settle for a promiscuous type. Your character seems decent enough, so this divine doctor will reward you with a pill. It'll ensure your total comfort.
With that, she popped a pill into his mouth. After administering the medicine, Yeruxi turned and slipped away. But before she could fully slip past the rockery, a strong hand suddenly gripped her waist tightly. Yeruxi whipped around and saw. To her shock, the man who'd just been lying there moments ago was now inexplicably right behind her. He scooped her up in a flawless leap, and Yilan Chen carried Roxy down, pinning him against the smooth stone wall.
You actually broke through the acupoint. Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Yet Roxy rarely encounters someone so reckless. In her panic, she even forgot to disguise her voice.
Missy, for you, what does it matter if I throw away my life?
You've recognized me all along.
We've been intimately entangled for 6 days. Every inch of your body is etched in my mind.
And right now, she was clad in form-fitting night travel garb. The instant their bodies pressed together as she sensed the unnatural heat radiating from Yi Lanchen's frame. The wild frenzy of those 6 days slammed into her mind like a thunderbolt. No.
I can't fall into the wolf's den again. The drug I slipped him today was for revenge. I can't let myself get undone by my own hand.
Yet, even as she overestimated her own resolve, she gravely underestimated Yi Lanchen's prowess. If Roxy had known Yi Lanchen was the world-renowned war god, 7th prince, she never would have crossed him today. But no one had warned her, not even her 3 little treasures. To Yi Lanchen 来说, Roxy was that very rabbit, now trapped in the wolf's lair. Could she escape? Of course not, right here. He would devour her whole, it was inevitable.
This is terrifying!
Roxy didn't leave the villa until the following night.
Talk about bad luck from the very start of the journey. Even if my divine healer's disguise gets exposed. Now I've gone and got myself entangled in the mess too!
2 days later, at the city gate, dozens of handsome men and beautiful women clad in splendid attire, lined up in 2 rows on either side. The sheer spectacle leaving the guards utterly dumbfounded. Crowds aren't permitted to gather casually at the city gates, and the guards were just about to move in and disperse them.
Officer, it is our young master, who hasn't returned to the capital in years. We've come as his servants to welcome him back, so please, make a little exception for us. Carry on, as you please.
Just so long as it doesn't hold up the traffic.
Outside the city, a dashing young gentleman in flowing white robes descended gracefully from the carriage, folding fan in hand, his gaze fixed on the gilded inscription atop the city wall, emotions swirling in a bittersweet tumult.
6 years prior, he had fled in utter disgrace, convinced he'd never set foot on this soil again in his lifetime. Yet here he was, returning after all these years.
Lu Yixuan, accompanied by his loyal page, strode steadily through the gates. But no sooner had he entered the gateway than dozens of handsome men and beautiful women stood waiting at the gate. They bowed in perfect unison.
Whether the road was rough or smooth, welcome home!
Lu Yixuan gazed at the graceful figure standing right in the center, the smile on his face almost impossible to conceal. Roxy 走不住. Ha ha ha.
璇璇, welcome home!
Take another look. All that baby fat on your cheeks is gone.
Shuan Shuan.
Ever since you lost your baby fat, you've only grown more handsome.
All right.
I appreciate the compliment. Now hurry and take me to see the 3 little treasures. It has been half a year since I last saw them. I hope I'm still Xiao Tao Tao's absolute favorite godfather.
Don't worry.
You'll always be Xiao Tao Tao's favorite. See you tonight. I need to deliver your welcome gift.
First, back to the Lu residence.
Soon, news of the city gate spread like wildfire across the capital. When a carriage laden with large chests pulled up at the gates of the Minister of War's residence, the gatekeeper, spotting this grand display, rushed inside to fetch the steward. The steward was newly hired and had no idea who Lu Yixuan was. Upon hearing the news, he hurried out in a fluster. You.
Who might you be? Our young master Yixuan passed away long ago. 6 years past. The Minister of War's mansion is no place for your scams. Men, send them all to the yamen.
After the housekeeper finished speaking to Zhao, those guards were just about to make their move.
Give them a slap in the face. The legitimate eldest son they mentioned on the road has returned. These dog servants not giving a warm welcome is one thing, but daring to rush out and collide with their master? It seems your current mistress is quite skilled at training you lot of dog servants.
Upon hearing the news about the G clan mentioned on the road, Madame Su hurriedly rushed to the door.
Let's see who among you dares to lay a hand on anyone from my Lu family.
However, as she stepped out the door and laid eyes on Lu Yixuan, her face turned deathly pale.
Impossible!
He clearly fell off the cliff. How could he possibly be alive?
Madam!
These people from who knows where. Actually, daring to impersonate the eldest young master, who is long dead.
Hey!
And they've even subdued us all.
Outrageous.
You are utterly lawless. Daring to come to the Minister of War's mansion and make a scene. Men, seize them all.
However, her shouts were to no avail, as more guards arrived one after another from behind, each one not even having a chance to act before being knocked out cold by a packet of powder from Yuruxi.
How dare you? Xuan Xuan, who is this? Why does your family have such an ugly woman?
Not recognizing her, and upon hearing the pair's words, Madame Su was so furious she nearly dropped dead on the spot.
Well, my dears, let's all get to work. Tie up everyone who doesn't recognize our young Master Lu. We'll deal with them all together once the Minister of War returns.
Lu Yixuan 灭了西一眼, merely glanced at Yuruxi, and she immediately understood the intent in his eyes. She promptly ordered the servants to be sent straight to the Dali Temple, including his stepmother. After the people were escorted away, Lu Yixuan entered with a calm expression on his face. No one could tell the storm raging inside him.
6 years have passed, and now I'm back. This time, everyone who ever wronged me will pay the price.
In the palace, as the emperor listened to the report from Yunquang, Ye Chen was there as well.
The noble Yixuan has returned.
Lu Yixuan once served as the emperor's companion study mate, and he shared a boyhood friendship with both the emperor and Yi Lanchen. Oh dear.
Even if this servant had 100 times the courage, I wouldn't dare utter a single lie. Young Master Lu was personally welcomed by the legitimate daughter of Grand Tutor Yi, and Miss Yi wielded her thunderous authority to send half the Minister of War's household servants straight to the Dali Temple.
Oh, I never imagined my future imperial sister-in-law would turn out to be such a fascinating character. Well then, it seems I must attend to tonight's banquet and meet this imperial sister-in-law in person.
Discussing the matter of attending the banquet, the Queen Mother might not approve.
Because once, at a banquet, the emperor was nearly assassinated. Ever since then, the Queen Mother has forbidden him from leaving the palace for any such events. Recalling those days, the emperor even chuckled.
Royal brother, back in those days, Mother truly would not have allowed us to attend a banquet. But now the realm enjoys peace and prosperity, and with you by our side, Mother has long since relented toward us. Moreover, for all these years, the capital hasn't hosted a grand banquet of this scale. And right now, the Lu household is throwing such an important affair. We should go together and join in the merriment.
Ye Lanchen was still hesitating as the emperor pressed on.
Royal brother, this banquet is being hosted by our sister-in-law. Aren't you curious why she and Yixuan have grown so close? And little Tao Tao is right here in the palace. Don't you want to take him out for a bit?
As their laughter trailed into the conversation,
Ye Lanchen felt his heart stir, because, as Yunquang had mentioned, the bond between Yi Ruxi and Lu Yixuan seemed quite strong.
So what of it? Roxy and I already have a son, and we'll be wed soon enough. So bringing our son along to make an appearance wouldn't be too much, would it?
The Minister of War returned to the Lu residence and was stunned by the sight of lanterns and decorations festooning the entrance. Ding Ding spots Minister Lu and hurries forward to greet him.
Congratulations, Master.
The young master has returned home.
Minister Lu strides inside, and upon seeing Lu Yixuan standing there, he can no longer hold back. He rushes forward and pulls him into a tight embrace. That composed face, marked by faint traces of hardship, now streams with tears.
It is good that you're back.
Lu Yixuan would never forget his mother's untimely death. 2 months later, he finally hurried home, only to be told by his uncle that it was an accident. He believed it. His uncle urged him to marry Lady Su to care for the family, and he complied. So now, confronting his father, all he can muster is a veneer of respect.
Father, the evidence of Sushi and Xiang Yang framing my mother has already been submitted to the Dali Temple. How?
How could that be? Shrener, is there some misunderstanding about your uncle? He has always treated you with great kindness since you were a child.
He surely knows how you, Minister Lu, ascended to your current position, the lofty Minister of War. Even if the family's vital influence offers no shield, it fails to safeguard even a child just a few years old. Doesn't that strike you as profoundly ironic? Doesn't Minister Lu know how my so-called maternal grandfather doted on his concubine and destroyed his wife? Or that the so-called uncle and my mother share no blood tie as siblings from the same womb? But then again, with your heart devoted to the people's welfare and the grand cause, it is understandable that you remained oblivious to these shadows. You need not delve too deeply. Just await the Dali Temple's judgment.
With those words, Lu Yixuan turns and departs, returning to his own courtyard. Lu Yixuan hadn't even reacted yet, when suddenly 2 figures burst out. Godfather spots Little Cherry and Little Wheat Pocket running over with beaming smiles, and Lu Yixuan quickly crouches down.
Little Cherry, Little Wheat Pocket, you've missed Godfather so much, haven't you? Even though you're still little ones. Hey, where is little Tao Tao? Ah.
Godfather, little Tao Tao's here. Where is Daddy? Sigh.
Little Cherry lets out a soft sigh, feeling like his every day has been truly heart-pounding, all to keep from being discovered by Daddy. He'd only been at the Yang mansion for half a day when he switched places with little Tao Tao.
Your daddy knows you all exist now. Mm-hmm.
But for now, he only knows about little Tao Tao. And Mom has no idea little Tao Tao's been with Daddy.
You little rascals actually went and secretly sworn in a godfather. Aren't you scared Mom might find out and give you a proper scolding?
Godfather, as long as you don't spill the beans, we can keep it from Mom for a little while longer. And
Gula, make it quick. If your mom gets mad then, don't come running to me.
Don't worry. If she really blows up then, we've got Daddy to take the heat. The man she still doesn't even know she is going to marry turns out to be Daddy and himself.
Just before the banquet begins, Yi Ruoxi drags Lu Yishuan out to welcome the guests, spotting Lu Yishuan and Minister Lu approaching.
Shrener, father was in the wrong before. In a moment, father will apologize to you in front of everyone.
After saying that, without waiting for Lu Yishuan to reply, he turns back to greet the guests. With someone handling the greetings, Yeroxi has nothing left to do. He is mainly just worried about his Sun Xuan. However, just as he is about to grab a little snack, a figure suddenly charges over. Yeroxi reacts with lightning speed, dodging to the side as the person fails to stop in time, tumbling straight down. In a flash of inspiration, Yeroxi topples right onto the other person, figuring there is a human cushion to break the fall, so it won't hurt a bit. As Yeroxi crashes down like this, there is a sharp crack, the unmistakable sound of bones snapping, followed by the other's blood-curdling screams, like a pig being slaughtered.
Roxy, are you alright?
Lu Yishuan, standing nearby, has witnessed the whole mishap crystal clear.
Nothing to worry about. It is just that this girl is way too skinny. My chest is throbbing from the impact.
Yo! You shameless wretch! You collided with someone, yet you dare utter such words! Young Master Lu, you are the host here. You must make this woman answer to my maidservant.
I can't believe this fool learns nothing from her lessons. Even after her hand was broken, she still dares to act so brazenly before me. Humps! As expected, this hypocritical woman only grows bolder with every defeat.
Gods, throw out these uninvited rabble.
I was just about to teach her a lesson myself.
I am the county princess of Luyin. Who dares touch me? What if I am the county princess?
In any case, I recognize no county princess of Luyun.
She never imagined her true status would be revealed, yet Lu Yishuan showed not the slightest reaction. It left her so enraged, she nearly spat blood. Just then, she caught sight of a familiar figure entering the doorway. Overjoyed, she rushed swiftly to the door.
Cousin!
Cousin, you must stand up for me. That wretch from who knows where. Last time at your manor, she snapped my hand clean off, and now she has struck my maidservant again. Cousin, you must avenge me.
What? So it is this scoundrel after all. Let's see how this cousin champions his precious little cousin. Just you wait.
Watch how my big brother deals with you.
Who are you, cousin?
You. Don't you recognize me?
Why should I know you?
Cousin?
It is me, Liu Ye. You used to play with me back when we were kids. You've really forgotten me.
He never imagined that the cousin he'd pined for all these years wouldn't even recognize him, forgotten. Just like that. Hearing all this, Yeruxi burst right out laughing. But the emperor, clad in a simple yellow robe, made her smile vanish in an instant.
Who can tell me why the emperor showed up here? If I'd known the emperor was coming too, I'd never have dared to laugh that wildly, no matter what. This is so humiliating. That jerk must have set this up on purpose to embarrass me.
Without a single word, the blame was already tossed his way.
Lu Yishuan, catching sight of the emperor, was clearly stunned as well, and immediately moved to kneel in salute. Yeroxi naturally started to follow suit and kneel.
Yishuan, Lady Ye, no need for formalities. I'm traveling incognito this time, so I trust you'll both keep this quiet.
The emperor was assigned a modest little courtyard.
Spotting his childhood playmate, the emperor seemed genuinely pleased, but he'd really come this time to check on the empress's sister-in-law, which meant his gaze lingered all the more, especially on Yeroxi. As soon as he entered the courtyard, he struck up a conversation.
Miss Yi, how is Madam Teacher faring?
Yi Dishi was his childhood tutor, a man of vast learning and talent, deeply respected by His Majesty. That is why the imperial brothers sought his decree to set a wedding date, and he agreed without a second thought.
In reply to your Majesty, Mother is doing splendidly. How could she not be? What with being pampered by her husband, day in and day out. Father always looks so stern-faced during the day, with that air of unapproachable dignity. But he is quite the wild one behind closed doors at night.
On our first meeting, I haven't prepared much by way of a greeting gift, so a few gold ingots will have to do.
At the emperor's gesture, Unicorn smilingly presents a chest of gold ingots before Yiroxi.
This emperor sure knows how to make an entrance, handing out gold right from the start. So I ought to return the favor. Right.
Thank you for the generous gift. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. This humble lady has a little business proposition I'd like to discuss with you. Care to hear it?
Oh, do tell, Monsieur. I am all ears.
Yiroxi hadn't expected the emperor to be so agreeable. She glanced around, noting the many guards surrounding them. The emperor caught on at once, and promptly ordered everyone and the guards to step out, leaving only Ye Lianchen behind, and Lu Yixuan as well. Roxy didn't stop him, so Ye Lianchen stayed behind. After all, it is only natural for the emperor to have a guard at his side. Ye Lianchen had also uncovered her secret identity as a divine healer. What Roxy wanted to pitch to the emperor was a glasses shop venture. In the modern world, the glasses business is pure gold mine territory, but in this tech-backward ancient era, they could fetch sky-high prices. She could open the shop on her own, sure, but once others learned the craft of making them, she'd face a swarm of copycat competitors down the line. Teaming up with the emperor, though, that is a game changer. No contest. That means becoming an imperial merchant, like a modern state-owned enterprise, with royal backing, and her path to imperial merchant status starts with glasses as just the opening act. She had tons more inventions to roll out through the emperor's influence, all while barely lifting a finger. Just sweet-talking her way through, Roxy patiently broke down for the emperor the differences between myopia and hyperopia. Then she pulled out her trusty sunglasses and urged him to try staring right at the sun. The emperor stepped out, shades on. He glanced up, and whoa!
Incredible! With these on, he could actually gaze straight at the sun, without a flinch.
As for folks using sunglasses, they'd be a rare sight. Prescription lenses for myopia and reading glasses for presbyopia would be the real crowd pleasers. She could crank those two out in bulk right away.
Right then, eyeing those sleek, otherworldly sunglasses, the emperor could practically see piles of silver tiles, waving hello.
Monsieur, I'll let you take the lead on this deal. I'll arrange for the minister of the household to assist you, and whatever you need, just instruct him directly. As for the profit split, what do you think would be fair?
Your Majesty, the materials, the shops, and the manpower all have to come from you, while I only provide the ideas and the expertise. So, I'll take a bit of a loss. And after deducting costs, you take 50%.
So, to ensure you're not shortchanged, what split would you like?
Ye Lianchen couldn't help but chuckle at the audacious young lady before him as Yiroxi pursed her lips.
Based on my years of negotiating deals, I usually claim 70%, while the other side gets 30%.
Since that is the case, Your Majesty, I think we should stick to Miss Yu's usual practice. She gets 70%, and you get 30%. After all, Your Majesty is so generous. We can't let a delicate lady like Miss Yu take a loss, can we?
This scoundrel is actually being so generous, and even fought for an extra 20% for me.
These two aren't just teaming up to drive me crazy, are they?
Indeed, I certainly won't let Missy come out at a loss. Then, Missy gets 70%, and I get 30%.
20%.
This venture is bound to yield massive profits down the line. So how much silver does that extra 20% bring in? Oh, my dear imperial brother. He hasn't even married the wife yet. And he is already shielding her like this. Sai, what can I do about it?
Brother, look what I picked up on my little stroll outside. Just from that.
The moment she spotted Xiao Tao Tao dashing in, Yiroxi was utterly stunned. Before the emperor or Yi Lanchen could even react, Yiroxi had vanished from sight. And the Xiao Tao Tao, who had just burst in, was gone too.
What is the deal, Xiao Tao Tao? Why'd you suddenly pop out like that? Wait, no, why'd you call out Daddy? Who are you calling Daddy?
Spotting Yiroxi, Xiao Tao Tao was so startled that the box slipped from his hands and hit the floor. And with that thud, the contents spilled everywhere. Yiroxi instinctively glanced down and saw gold jewelry scattered across the ground.
Well now, Xiao Tao Tao, did you go out robbing and bring back the loot?
This is what I got from my little stroll outside. All gifts from those kind uncles and aunts. They all said I was such a handsome little guy.
and quite the charmer with my words. So these are their greeting gifts for me. Mom, these are all for you. I'll head out for another stroll and gather up more gold jewelry later to bring back for you.
Xiao Taotao figured he could just talk his way out of it, but Yiroxi wasn't about to let him off that easily. Xiao Taotao,
the moment your foxtail twitches, I know exactly what you're up to. What is this now? Still trying to sweet-talk your way out. You think your mom's that easy to fool?
Mom, what do you mean? Fool you? I clearly called him godfather just now. How am I fooling you?
Yeah. Roxy gave a knowing half-smile as she somehow produced a stick from thin air. Xiao Taotao cowered in an instant, and in no time at all, he spilled the whole story about chasing the top scholars parade that day to find himself a dad.
Xiao Taotao, are you saying it was your dad who went on that public shaming parade? Yes. Yes.
Doesn't mother know?
Her shrewd eyes suddenly went blank for a moment, her mind racing at full speed, before she quickly turned to her mother and said,
It is really quite strange. The address Dad had on him from the day you set off for the Imperial Examination Roadshow was the very one Uniquang used to track him down at that tavern, right where Dad was staying. I asked Dad about it, but the moment I brought up why he was at the tavern, Dad got so mad, I didn't dare press him further.
At those words, Yiroxi's alarm bells went off full force. Hold on a second.
Hold on. Lu Ye is the knightly paramour. A man from that night? Oh,
no wonder this bastard glares at me like he wants to swallow me whole. Turns out it is because I knocked him flat twice.
Oh, so those 6 nights away were that bastard's payback to me. Huh. Now that I think about it, I guess I can't really stay mad. After all, I betted him first, and he got his revenge on me after, right?
But he's looking pretty guilty right now. Worried the 3 kids might find out about his night out and that fling, their dad's little secret, so he won't dare dig any deeper.
My second baby, I won't stop you from recognizing your parents, but you mustn't let him know about your sister and your little brother.
Otherwise, he'll take every one of you away.
Ma, what are we going to do?
As for Xiao Taotao recognizing her father, he was worried too that Ye Lanchen might take Xiao Taotao away. But Xiao Taotao had dreamed of finding her real father, and now he had found her. So naturally, he wouldn't stand in the way of their reunion. It is just that he doesn't know Ye Lanchen well enough yet. If he were to suddenly learn about all 3 children, with those ancient rigid traditions, he'd surely demand they acknowledge their ancestors and return to the clan.
Mom, don't worry. I won't let Dad find out about sis and little bro.
Godfather, Mom, Dad's here for me.
I'll head out first.
Seeing how overjoyed the little one was, Yirofoxy suddenly felt a pang of guilt. A child's growth relies on the companionship of both parents. Mother's love is vital, but so is a father's. So Lu Yixuan, as their godfather, showered the children with boundless affection. But a father is a father irreplaceable. Yiroxi didn't go over. From inside, she watched as Ye Lanchen lifted Xiao Taotao into his arms, his gentle expression leaving her in a momentary daze. I have no idea what Xiao Taotao said to Ye Lanchen, but the 2 of them soon took their leave. Lu Yixuan walked over. Thank you.
Have you ever thought about marrying Ye Lanchen to give our 3 children a proper legitimate status?
Xuan Xuan, we won't be long now. Before I remarry the legitimate son of the Yao household, then my children will have a legitimate status, just like his.
As for Ye Lanchen, he took one look and could tell she must come from a prominent family, likely one of those great clans full of endless rules and protocols. If I were to marry into that, I'd just end up under my mother-in-law's thumb, bound by all her regulations. No thanks, not for me. But marrying the legitimate son of the Yang family, that is a different story. I'd step right in as mistress of the house, and he wouldn't mind me bringing my own children along. Best of all, the dowry he is offering is incredibly generous. How could I possibly say no to that?
Anyway, enough about me. So, what is your next move if you truly want to bring down your maternal grandfather's clan for good? Right now, power is the key. The gunpowder formula I taught you. You should put it to use. If you can produce gunpowder with real destructive force, you'll secure an official post in no time.
Why is Sixi so kind to me? You know full well how vital gunpowder production is to the entire Donglai kingdom. If you leverage it to gain the emperor's favor, wouldn't that be far better than anything else?
Because you deserve it. There are plenty of ways to curry favor with the emperor. But our Xuan Xuan only has one shot at this.
Du Xuan gazed at the girl before her, her cheeks flushed like blooming peaches, a smile playing on her lips. She longed to pull her into an embrace, yet she knew the girl was on the verge of marriage, and her reputation meant everything.
Li Ya, you always do this. However can I repay you?
Climb the ranks and amass your fortune, and become a steadfast pillar for me and our children. That would be the greatest reward of all.
Very well. I'll strive for promotion and be your unyielding support.
Ye Lanchen returned, overhearing every word of their ensuing conversation, a surge of jealousy igniting within him. He strode forward with purpose.
Young Master Lu, so here you are. The Emperor summons you.
Very well. I'll head there now. Miss Yi, will you join me? Young Master Lu.
Make haste. This prince has matters to discuss with Miss Yi.
Lu Yishuan cast a deep glance at Yi Lanchen, then turned his gaze back to Yi Ruxi, before nodding and taking his leave.
This prince, you are a Wang Ye.
No sooner had Lu Yishuan departed than Yi Lanchen closed in on Yi Ruxi, step by deliberate step, backing her straight against the wall. Convinced she would collide with the jutting ornament, only for Yi Lanchen to catch her in his arms instead, twirling her around to shield the wall with his own frame.
This prince is none other than an imperial prince. What did you say?
You are the 7th prince, the god of war.
The common folk do indeed hail me as the god of war. Yet this prince bears a fresh title as well. The Zhuang Yuan who claimed all 3 yuan in the imperial exams.
These words sent Yi Ruxi's mind reeling. In that instant, she yearned only to vanish into the earth.
I'm not going crazy. How on earth did I end up offending the one man I absolutely shouldn't?
The god of war and the emperor are the two he can least afford to offend. He kept reminding himself, to thrive in the Donglai kingdom, he must treat these two with the utmost deference and not invite trouble upon himself. But what is he doing? He has gone and thoroughly offended the god of war.
Sigh. This is the god of war, after all. Sleeping with him twice, that could be overlooked. But bearing him 3 children.
Gazing at Yi Ruxi, with her dazed expression tinged with a flicker of panic, Yi Lanchen felt a deep satisfaction stirring within. As he took in the breathtaking beauty of her face before him, his Adam's apple bobbed, those slightly pursed red lips exuding a fatally irresistible allure. Even for Yi Lanchen, renowned for his ironclad self-control, in that moment, he inexplicably leaned in close. The sudden press of his hand startled Yi Ruxi, and she instinctively tried to shove him away. But against his powerful build, pinning her slender frame, it was like little more than tickling him. She resisted once, and seeing it fail, simply, she yielded to his advances, his hands roaming freely over her, seizing the moment to turn defense into offense.
Anyway, I've already shared his bed twice. What difference would one more time make?
Looks like this fool is utterly smitten with me. Turns out he has been playing hard to get all along. Well then, if I let him into my courtyard now, how could I ever feel secure afterward? She pondered.
She shoved him aside, wearing a teasing smirk.
Come to the villa tonight.
With that, she turned gracefully and strode away. Watching him depart, Yi Ruxi arched an eyebrow. Sure enough, she had read him perfectly.
As if I'd ever go to that villa. I'd be running for the hills instead.
Emerging from the chamber, Yi Ruxi made her way to the banquet hall. This gathering was nothing short of spectacular, especially with the emperor himself in attendance. And the emperor, at just 17 years of age, no consort from the inner palace had yet paraded her daughter at such an affair, leaving everyone scheming with eager anticipation, transforming the banquet into a dazzling showcase of talents. The first to step forward was Lu Lanji, the second legitimate daughter of Minister Lu, and half-sister to Lu Yishuan, who invited all the ladies to join in a painting contest, confined to a tense half-hour limit. Upon hearing her bold invitation, several young ladies furrowed their brows in apprehension. Lu Lanji is dressed in a simple blue gown, tall and graceful. H.
Zhou Yaiming, what are you snickering about?
Everyone knows you're Lu Lanji, apprentice to Jiangnan Muye, the world's foremost master of traditional Chinese painting, and now you want us all to compete in painting against you. You're clearly just trying to show off in front of the emperor.
Me. That is not what I meant at all. I just thought, with everyone gathered like this so rarely, why not suggest something fun? We all enjoy to liven things up, just to make everyone happy. That is all.
Such a hypocrite. Then why not suggest archery or sword dancing instead?
Lu Lanji was so furious, she nearly lost her ladylike composure. Utterly crude.
Miss Zhao, this is a banquet, not a military camp.
who wants to watch you swing a sword or shoot arrows.
Exactly. For a proper young lady, dances with a sword.
I say, painting is far more suitable. Your Majesty, I've heard that Grand Tutor Yi's mastery of traditional Chinese painting rivals that of Zhang Miuyue, the world's greatest. So, as his daughter, Miss Yi must be quite skilled herself. Her paintings must be exceptional. At these words, the emperor instinctively turned to Yi Ruoxi.
HMA. I approve. What say you, Miss Yi?
What now? Am I supposed to defy a royal decree? Your Majesty, this humble lady agrees.
Upon hearing her agreement, Lu Lanzhi was utterly ecstatic. This time, she is sure to shine brilliantly throughout the banquet, and the emperor will surely regard her in a new light. At this moment, Yi Lanchen stood beside the emperor, whispering uneasily.
If I am not mistaken, back then, Yedishi seemed to have mocked his own daughter, saying she excelled in none of the 4 arts, zither, chess, calligraphy, or painting.
The emperor was visibly taken aback, as if recalling the matter himself. Nah.
What are we to do, 7th Prince?
You are overthinking it.
Ye Lanchen gave Lu Yixuanyi a deep glance, then turned his gaze to Yi Ruoxi, who appeared utterly composed, and only then did he finally ease his worries. From her triumph as top scholar in the imperial exams to her renown as a miraculous healer with ghostly hands, each revelation had left him utterly stunned.
I was indeed overthinking it. This woman is bound to bring me even more surprises.
This round of ink painting emphasizes quick rendering, within the time it takes for 1 stick of incense to burn, and the swiftest and most skilled painter prevails. Prepare the pigments. Uniquang announced the start, and the young ladies promptly took up their brushes to paint. Lu Lanzhi brimmed with confidence, yet she had scarcely finished outlining the frame.
When heavens, she had already completed her piece so swiftly.
Miss Yi, don't tell me you actually can't paint, and you've just been pretending all along. Yi Ruoxi shows absolutely no reaction to this, simply telling the emperor, I've finished painting, and taking a seat. Those idle troublemakers, seeing the time is running short, can't really keep mocking her anymore. So they buckle down and focus on completing their own paintings. The time for 1 stick of incense flies by, and the emperor leads Yi Lanchen over to admire the entries, with Yi Ruoxi's finished first, so they quietly intend to start with hers. But the emperor, wanting to tease Yi Lanchen a bit, decides to begin from the very last one instead, where he sees Lu Lanzhi's evergreen tree landscape painting, capturing such vivid artistic essence in mere moments, which shows she truly has some talent. Yet, as the emperor studies it, he senses something's lacking, though for the moment he can't pinpoint exactly what. After comparing it with Lu Lanzhi's, he realizes hers still outshines the ones before it. However, when he and Yi Lanchen finally reach Yi Ruoxi's painting, their faces instantly freeze in astonishment. And in the next instant, the emperor bursts right into laughter.
Worthy indeed of the imperial preceptor's daughter, this Chinese brush painting truly outshines its origins. With that, he declares Miss Yi the victor of this round.
Emperor, Your Majesty, you cannot show favoritism. Just because she is the daughter of the imperial tutor, she clearly knows nothing of this.
How could she possibly? Are you truly doubting my judgment?
This servant dares not. Please forgive me, Your Majesty. Your Majesty!
Since you have declared Miss Yi the victor, then please unveil the painting so all may behold it. After all, the defeated must be convinced heart and soul.
Yuna Chuang, hold it high for all to see.
Uniquang lifts the painting, and as the crowd gazes upon it, the hall falls deathly silent, depicting the emperor seated there, with Yi Lanchen standing ramrod straight at his side, his face captured in a subtle moment of surprise, while Yi Lanchen's eyes brim with deep concern. This masterpiece renders their micro-expressions with breathtaking lifelike detail, and were one unaware, it was but a painting. From afar, it would seem the emperor himself were truly present.
My lords, are you convinced now? Heart and soul?
The emperor is utterly captivated by this royal consort. Convinced.
Utterly convinced. Who would have thought Miss Yi's artistry in dancing was so profound?
As the crowd hastily echoes in agreement. Your Majesty, oh my. I never dreamed the Miss Yi could paint with such mastery.
Oh, indeed. Truly befitting the daughter of the imperial tutor.
How could this be?
How could Yi Ruoxi's dancing possibly surpass my own? This cannot be. I am a disciple from beyond the passes of Zhang Miuyue. How could I lose to a noble lady utterly inept in music, chess, poetry, and painting?
Roxy finished the painting and wanted to sneak away. But with the emperor right there, he couldn't linger, so he slipped away at once. At that moment, everyone was still lost in shock, and he couldn't be bothered either. He bid the emperor farewell, claiming discomfort, and departed. But he hadn't gone far when Ye Lanchen caught up.
Remember to come to the mountains tonight.
Then just wait patiently for me. In your dreams. I'm a man who needs to get married. So how could I throw myself into the wolf's den? Since you're so set on waiting, then wait as long as you like.
Ye Lanchen waited all night in the villa, but saw no sign of him. Sent people to investigate, yet Roxy had vanished without a trace, not even returning to the Yi manor.
Little Tao Tao, Daddy. Unless Mom shows up herself, no one can track her down.
This woman's playing hard to get again.
In the thriving Yiheng courtyard of the capital, Roxy, clad in male attire, was embracing two scantily clad beauties while sipping fruit juice. A beauty across from her strummed the chin, while two others danced gracefully. This idyllic scene of song and dance drew Roxy into utter bliss as little Cherry arrived and took in the sight.
Good thing Mom isn't a guy. Otherwise, she'd be a total playboy for sure.
Foxy knows her limits, and upon spotting her daughter, she gestures for them to step out. Darling.
What brings you here today? That seventh prince has practically turned the capital upside down searching for you.
I have no idea why Mother suddenly went into hiding. Oh dear.
Pay him no mind. Mother is about to get married, and I can't very well cuckold your stepfather.
Little Cherry hears this and can't help but stifle a laugh. Imagine if on the wedding day, Mother discovers that the Yang family's heir is none other than the seventh prince. What a priceless look on her face that would be. Little Cherry decides to sit back and watch the fireworks.
So, Mother, here is something special. My latest batch of poison for your self-defense. Just a touch, and it'll summon swarms of snakes, bugs, rats, and ants. Goodness!
My little genius's poison-making skills are getting sharper by the day. Whip up some more in your spare time. This stuff fetches a pretty penny.
I'd be happy to make more for you, Mother. But only if you whip up the antidote first. Daughter.
So you're handing me this poison just to bait me into brewing up an antidote so I can protect myself as a little bonus.
Mother, that is not what I meant at all. I just can't afford the antidote right now, so I came to consult with you. That is why. Mother, if you're free, could you test it out for me? I'll go bulk up on the medicine right away, and you'll be rolling in riches for sure.
With that, the leaky little padded jacket bolted away in a flash. Evening at Yama Pavilion. Yama Pavilion is the largest assassin guild in Donglai Kingdom, where they keep a hit list for anyone looking to buy a life, with prices clearly marked right here, and anyone capable can step up and claim a job. A man in a ghostly mask arrives at Yama Pavilion. Pavilion Master.
Perfect timing. I've got an urgent matter to report. Oh, today someone's offering to take a leg from Knight Emperor Master's legitimate second son, bidding 2,000 tiles.
2,000 taels? What? Who placed this order anyway?
2,000 taels is barely our lowest starting price for assassins. And it is for Knight Emperor Master's second son. No less.
Pavilion Master. Then we pass on this job.
No less than 20,000 taels.
He can go hack it himself.
At that, the pig-headed steward snatches up the list and scurries off, leaving the ghostly master to hold court alone. At this moment, a man in a black robe, wearing a silver mask, stepped inside.
Help me uncover everything about Minister Lu's disciple, Lu Yishuan, over these past 6 years.
At these words, the pretty face beneath the ghost mask tensed ever so slightly, casting a deep, lingering glance at the man before her. The instant their eyes locked, her gaze faltered. The ghost-masked woman swiftly lowered her head.
Snatching up the silver note, return in 3 days to claim your findings.
With that, she sensed the man had departed, and only then raised her head.
It was Ye Lanchen. Why would he be digging into Luisha?
Never mind that.
As long as the silver's good, what is the harm in feeding him some intel?
She then vaulted toward the city's edge. What she didn't realize was, a shadow was trailing her every move. The ghost-masked woman leaped onto a rooftop, prying loose a tile before drawing a small vial and pouring its contents into the gap below in less than a quarter hour.
Help us, someone! Save us!
The ghost-masked woman peered down and saw her scalp crawl with unease. Dabao, this poison packs a real punch. The rooms overrun with insects. Guards burst from the house, flailing wildly to drive the swarm away. But the bugs showed no sign of thinning. They only grew in number. At that moment, the ghost-faced masker drops from the sky, clutching a vial of potion. He sprays it straight at the bugs. In no time at all, the swarm of bugs in the entire room drops dead.
Brother, hold off on the tears. These bugs might come crawling back. This potion of mine packs a real punch against pests. Care to buy some? 20,000 taels apiece.
Buy. I'll take 10. Have him fetch the silver.
Hurry up. Grab the silver and hand over 10 vials of bug killer. He vanishes in a flash. The black-clad pursuer spots the sudden vanishing act and his brow furrows tight. He scans the surroundings, then darts off in the right direction. Suddenly, a barrage of silver needles rains down from all sides. The man whips out his flexible sword to parry them.
Whoa, worthy of the war god indeed. This war god is way too cool.
Before he can even react, the figure has already soared right up to them.
Not a total fool, after all. You sensed me tailing you.
The ghost-faced masker cracks his voice at those words.
Ha! You're calling a fool!
How has it all gone wrong? Looks like I'm busted. Time to vote!
The instant he turns to flee, Yi Lanchen seizes him and stashes him away.
Let go of me!
Too noisy. Shut up.
Yi Lanchen disdainfully sealed her mute acupoint. Ye Ruoxi seethed with anger, desperate to struggle. But that hand of his actually smacked her right on the butt.
You perv.
You can finish it!
This guy's toxic!
All the way back to the 7th Princess Mansion, Yi Ruoxi was tossed onto that big bed. Her mute acupoint was finally unsealed. Heck.
Yi Lanchen, you damn fool. I want you to know it is easy to hook a man, but damn hard to shake him off.
With that, Yi Ruoxi rolled herself up in the quilt and shut her eyes to sleep, eyes squeezed shut. Yi Ruoxi was fuming. Who would have thought Yi Lanchen would see right through her identity?
For all these years, her role as the Yama Pavilion master had been an utter enigma. And just like that, it was exposed so easily. This doesn't add up. Could it be?
Could it be, Yi Lanchen, that you're totally smitten with me? That is why you've been tailing me non-stop. Fine, no need to explain. I get it. I'm catching some shut-eye. Don't bug me.
Yi Ruoxi didn't wait for Yi Lanchen's reply, and simply closed her eyes. Just then, urgent knocking echoed from outside the door. Yi Lanchen hurried out.
7th Master, bad news. The consort dowager has fallen ill.
She's slipped into a coma. Hurry and escort Imperial Physician. Lie into the palace.
Yi Lanchen had just taken a step, ready to leap away.
Wait for me. I'll go with you.
Only then did Yi Lanchen suddenly recall that Yi Ruoxi was the divine Dr. Ghost Hand. Yi Ruoxi was just about to leap after him, when suddenly Yao Ji was scooped up by Yi Lanchen, but in short order, Yi Lanchen placed him on the horse's back. Yi Lanchen mounted the horse just like that, carrying him straight to the entrance of the consort dowager's chambers. Upon entering the chambers, the Empress Dowager heard a commotion and emerged, spotting Yi Lanchen.
Chenger, you've brought Imperial Physician Li back again.
Aunt, this is Ruoxi. Aunt don't suggest it. Having her examine mother consort.
So you are Ruoxi. Wonderful. Come inside with me at once and take a look at your mother consort.
The Empress Dowager accepted Yi Lanchen's words without a shred of doubt, and without another word, drew Yi Ruoxi into the inner chamber. The moment they entered, they beheld the pallid consort dowager lying upon the pear-flower grand wooden bed. Yi Ruoxi swiftly completed the pulse diagnosis, then turned to the Empress Dowager.
Your Majesty, the consort dowager has been afflicted with puppet Giyu. The perpetrator has activated the mother, Giyu, in a bid to control her.
What? Puppet? Gu?
I must extract the child Giyu at once. Please, Your Majesty, step outside.
Oh, Ruoxi, you must save your mother consort. Don't let anything happen to her.
Mother consort. The Empress Dowager must be terribly anxious. She even mixed up her words. With that in mind, she said no more, simply replying with a soft all right, then sat down to remove the gaoyu from the dowager consort. 1 hour later, a dark red gao insect, about the size of a fingernail, sealed in a transparent vial.
The Empress Dowager may enter now.
Upon hearing this, the Empress Dowager and Yi Lanchen entered together.
How is the dowager consort?
Did Ruoxi successfully extract the Giyu insect?
Rest assured, the Giyu insect has been removed. After some rest, the dowager consort will awaken.
That 'Tis wonderful. My dear girl, thank goodness we have you tonight. Come morning, I'll have the Emperor reward you generously.
Ye Lanchen stepped forward, noting the dowager consort's pulse now steady, and even her once pale face having regained a touch of color. His heart easing considerably, seeing Yi Roxi soaked in sweat from brow to soles. He quickly took a handkerchief and gently wiped the perspiration from her forehead and feet.
I'll escort you to the adjoining chamber to rest for a bit, and call you once Mother Consort stirs. Oh, right.
Child, you go rest first. That Giyu extraction must have drained you utterly, so be sure to rest well.
After an hour, this Wei Taifei will be finished. If there are any signs of fever, call me right away.
Yi Roxi lay down in the adjacent side hall, but soon she was jolted awake by Yi Lanchen's anxious voice.
Roxy, hurry and check on my Mother Consort.
Yi Roxi snapped her eyes open. Needing no further words from Yi Lanchen, she sprang up and dashed over, spotting the black blood on the ground. Yi Ruhuaxi's pupils contracted sharply.
Sister! Wake up, sister! You can't leave me behind. You promised me you'd protect me for the rest of my life. Sister, wake up.
The 7th prince, escort the Empress Dowager out.
Empress Dowager, let's step out first.
Ye Lanchen fought back the wrenching pain in his heart and pulled the Empress Dowager away. The moment the door shut behind her, Yi Roxi drew her dagger and sliced her own arm, dripping the blood into the Taifei's mouth. Her blood could not only neutralize any poison, but also rebuild the meridians of someone clinging to their last breath. This was her sole golden finger since Tranyue to ancient times. Yet, this life-saving secret she kept to herself alone. She had never told any of her 3 children, and unless it was absolutely necessary, she would never resort to this one golden finger. As for why she saved the Taifei without a moment's hesitation, it was because the Taifei was the female general she respected most in this world.